At Climatebase, our goal is to get millions of people to work in climate. We also hope to give the millions of job seekers out there true passion with the work that they do 40 hours a week. There's so many people that go to their job unmotivated about it because they're not fully driven behind the mission of the organization. And at Climatebase, we're giving people the opportunity to be stoked about the work that they're doing on a day-to-day basis. Climatebase helps people find careers and community in climate. One of the ways that we do that is through our online platform. So we run a jobs platform that hosts tens of thousands of job opportunities from climate-focused employers. Job seekers can use the platform to find their next opportunities. For job seekers that want more of a deep dive experience into climate and to really find more of a intimate, white-gloved approach to finding their next role in climate, we offer the Climatebase Fellowship, which really accelerates fellows' careers into climate, providing a full education of climate solutions, networking events, completely online, accessible anywhere in the world. And it runs for 12 weeks. And the goal of it is to help people find a job in climate and help build up their networks within the space. I started Climatebase because I wanted to get a job in climate. I had just graduated college. I didn't really have many tangible skill sets at the time, and I was deeply concerned about the climate crisis. My brother and my co-founder, 5 years older, had experience already in startups and in tech. And we decided that we wanted to host a climate career fair, an in-person event in San Francisco, where we would get 20 employers and pack the room filled with job seekers. That event ended up having over 200 people at it. And for us, it was a light bulb moment where we thought, hey, we're not the only ones that want to work in climate. There's a lot of people out there that want to pivot into the climate space. And then slowly we started to realize, wait, let's maybe make a dedicated platform to climate, because what we found was that so many people who wanted to work in climate and were really concerned about the climate crisis didn't even know which organizations were working on different climate solutions and who was hiring. It's a really empowering thing to take the 40 hours that you work on something in your week and aligning that with climate change. You could volunteer at events, you could do beach cleanups, but at the end of the day, you're doing those things outside of a job that pays you so that you can live a life. So we thought the most impactful thing that we could do as individuals, and the thing that we could help others do, is find a way so that their main focus in their week, their main career opportunity, the thing that they go to the office for, is work that directly benefits our planet. So we decided at that point that building a comprehensive directory of organizations as well as job opportunities would be really the best way to help millions of people find a career in climate. So our users we describe as individuals. They may be hiring managers. They could also be job seekers. Anyone can be a user and make an account on Climatebase. So job seekers are the ones that are finding the roles. Employers are the ones that are posting roles and really just get exposure to the broader job seeker community on Climatebase. I would define design as helping people find the solution to the problem that they're coming to you with. I think with platforms and websites, some of them can be really complicated. On Climatebase, you can explore our fellowship, you can start applying to jobs, you can go check out the work that we do with San Francisco Climate Week every year and host an event or becoming a volunteer. And for us, at the end of the day, our goals are to help people find careers in climate and help people build community within climate. And so finding the right design pathway for those users to hit those goals and give them the right selection of options to choose from once they're on our platform, that's a really important design challenge that we're always fine-tuning. So when we designed Climatebase, we got inspiration from many of the large job platforms already out there. Those job platforms do a great job at focusing on role type for users to help them find which roles on the platform are going to be a good fit for those job seekers who are exploring. That's still true for us, but it's even more important for us to be leading farther forward with what the organization does as well. There aren't people that are just looking for any marketing role on Climatebase. There's people that are really passionate about specific climate solutions. So when people are exploring Climatebase, we want to make sure that we're putting those climate solutions first and that we're really talking about the amazing work that these organizations are doing. So that leading with that design process of making sure that climate solutions and the roles that these and the work that these organizations are doing is one of the first things that users sees on the platform is really important because it helps them realize that this is the place where they're going to find their role in climate. When tracking our impact on the platform, it's very clearly, we're always looking at the number of applications that go through the platform because that can help us forecast how many people are actually getting hired through Climatebase. We're also looking at the number of roles on the platform. If we only have 10 roles on Climatebase, it's not a very valuable platform. But every year we're adding more and more roles. And at this point, we're at, I believe, over 60,000 roles on the platform. And we think that just providing that many opportunities is a huge amount of impact because it gives so many people out there more opportunities to find their entry point to working in climate. When it comes to the fellowship, for us, it's obviously, as our platform continues to scale and we get more applications and more people wanting to join our fellowship and our community, tracking how many people are in our fellowship is really important. It's about how do we continue to make sure that our fellowship is accessible to people around the world and we can have hundreds and maybe down the line thousands of people going through our program, but at the same time making sure the program is delivering on its core value as we continue to scale. For San Francisco Climate Week, last year we had 20,000 people that actually came to San Francisco or already live there and went to our events. And that was a huge milestone for us. And for us, as we continue to track our impact when it comes to San Francisco Climate Week, we're tracking how many people we can get out to these events. And we're also tracking how many events are happening. That week last year, we had over 350 events. It's extremely important that we continue to scale the number of events that are happening because there might be 350 events at San Francisco Climate Week last year, but if we had that 351st event, that could have brought a couple more people into climate because they could have seen something in that event that really resonated with them and provided that pathway into the space. In order for the climate crisis to be mitigated and ideally solved, we need people coming from across the world, working in different industries, all coming together. So at Climatebase, as we help people build communities within climate, we're also trying to de-silo the different climate solutions and organizations that are out there and people that are working on specific solutions and try to build more of a cohesive community in climate where different people's perspectives are being heard and different people are helping each other solve challenges. And this is also why community is so important to us and why we do San Francisco Climate Week, is that we want to bring different people with different skill sets, interests, and focuses on different climate solutions and bring them together and ideally make the workforce out there and the communities within climate a little bit more cohesive. For us, we know that there's tens of thousands of applications that go through our platform, if not hundreds of thousands every single year. We really want to hear directly from the people that get hired about their experience for two reasons. One, it's an important impact measure for us to make sure we have an accurate assessment of how many thousands of people have gotten hired from Climatebase. And secondly, seeing people get hired from Climatebase and allowing job seekers who are on the market looking for their next opportunity in climate, allowing them to see success stories and testimonials at scale is just so important because it gives people hope and gives people the courage that they can also find a job in climate. For Climatebase to succeed, and I mean 10 years down the line and continue to grow and prosper, I think it's not just about addressing and solving the climate crisis, but it's also about giving people a real positive and highly motivating experience that they're getting in their careers every day. There's so many people that are out there that go to their jobs and they're just there maybe for the salary and they're not really passionate about the work that they do. And so I view that if we do our work at Climatebase and we execute on our vision, we're not just gonna continue to mitigate the climate crisis and hopefully solve it, but we're gonna bring in a whole new generation into the workforce that are truly gonna be really excited about the work that they're doing because they have a lot of purpose and drive geared towards that work. I hope our users experience a lot less climate doom and gloom because our company exists. It's one of the reasons we got started with Climatebase, was to really show users that there are opportunities to do something with your 40 hours a week that is climate impactful. So whether someone uses our platform and maybe they don't walk away with a job, at minimum, I want them to have hope that there are thousands of climate solutions out there, and that for anyone out there, there's a role at a company for them.
You know that it was founded by brothers?
That's kind of great.
They hosted this initial job fair and way more people showed up than they anticipated.
There's so many people trying to get into the space, right? And designing something that resembles a job board that they recognize and know how to use, that's like a really good use of design that you know in order to enter a space that you don't.
Ultimately, in the long run, people are going to have jobs that they really are invested in and love, and that enable them to have good lives in a future that they're building,
Right.
that enables everyone to have a good life.